You're restoring me piece by piece.
What's up, my Restored Beauties? Welcome back to my channel. Did you know that you could be sitting on $1 million? You might be thinking, where, what? It is, and it's all in your head, and it's waiting for you to access it and hand it over to your hands. You probably are lost right now, but hang in there, I will explain. Everyone in this world is born with a talent or a gift inside of them. Some of these gifts and talents are just passed into us or inherited from our parents, and then some are just there that need a little bit awakening, a cultivation, development, growth. God has given every one of us a gift, a talent, so we can use it and honor God, and why not make a living out of it? A lot of people think that they're meant to work a job that they don't even like. Many even die without ever accessing their true potential. And we have a big graveyard full of talents and gifts, millionaires, full of writers, full of doctors, full of bakers, full of painters, full of artists, full of singers, full of comedians, full of people who died and sadly they never cultivated or accessed their gifts and their talents. They just took them to their grave. And that, my friend, is the saddest place to go. Saddest way to die. But how does one know what they're good at, what their talent is? Usually your parent or whoever is raising you will notice at an early age what your talent is, what you're good at, what you are showing interest in, or what your passion is, what you go for, as opposed to something else. A talent is something you're good at naturally, and you could use that talent and make a living out of it. You could be talented to sing, to cook, to bake, to fix cars, to write, to teach, to invent things. If you like to cook and your family likes if you like to bake and your family members like your cookies, but you just think that it's just something I'm good at, you know, and you're not so confident other people will like your cookies. So all you need is to cultivate that talent, that gift inside of you. You just need to feed it. You need to educate yourself in that area. You need to do it so often that you get so good at it that someone is gonna pay for that talent of yours a big money. Like, it's gonna pay a lot of money for it, and in the end you could make a living out of it. And there is nothing wrong with it. That is a very honorable way to live, very fulfilling way to live as well. And you never know, one day you will open a bakery and you will be you could be the best baker in your town. And this goes for everything that you think you're good at. You just need to practice it, feed it, educate yourself, cultivate it, and then it will benefit you. You could be good at you could be good at piano, but are you good as much as teaching someone, you know? Like, and then if you actually wanted to make money, let's say teaching someone piano, then you have to find out what measures you need to take in order to teach someone, because you can't just, I got a talent and now, you know, I'm gonna charge people for it. You know, you gotta be for certain professions that you want to pursue, or talents that you want to use in order to make money from, you need to have a license. You know, like teaching, you can't just teach. You gotta well, some places they will take, some states I guess you could teach if you just had a degree, but in some states you need a state license. Or let's say you want to be a makeup artist or an esthetician or a hairdresser, you can't just operate that because you think you have a talent. Let's say if in a public space, you have to have a license. But even if you do it from your own house, you have to have a license. When you do that, You will not only let people know that you have a talent, but you're professional at what you do as well. And even if you have a job that you currently cannot leave, you know, that pays your bills, don't leave it. But if you're good at something that it's not your job, what you're doing right now, you know, whatever it could be, you could cultivate that, you could feed it, get good at it, and that could be like a side hustle. You know, you can make money on the side. But if you want to turn it into like a big business, then you have to be licensed, obviously. In college, I went to university for 5 years, and I studied family consumer sciences, child development. Okay, I studied that for 5 years, so I could anything that has to do with family and children. I have worked in that area a lot, and I've gotten paid very well. I've worked as a teacher as well, but that's not exactly what I wanted, and like inside of me is a passion. I used to hang out with a lot of friends in college where at the photography department when they were studying, and I was so like into it. Like I had this passion for photography long time ago, and I always wanted to do it, but I always heard people saying you don't really make money, it's not good, you can't make a living out of it. So I was told to study what I studied, and I went with it because I didn't know any better. Anyway, 15 years later, after I graduated, my passion for photography just kept growing and growing, especially looking at other people's work, and I was like, I could do that, I can get better. So I started learning the basics in photography, because you can take a good picture, but you have to know the basics, you know, like you have to educate yourself, you know. You can't just like start charging people left and right just because you think you have a passion for something. You have to educate yourself. You have to feed that talent that you have, that gift, you know, because it could be there inside of you, but it needs to be perfected. And now I make money out of photography. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I'm going on to 7 years, and I love it. I love what it does to me when I edit pictures, when I take pictures of families. I love how it makes people feel when they see themselves and in the pictures, and all the most 99% I've always received very positive feedback. And the ones that I haven't, it's you know, I learn because I'm still learning, you know. I'm still learning. I taught myself. I went on YouTube. I did not take no workshops, no lessons, from nothing, from no one. I didn't pay no one to teach me. I just wanted to feed, to educate this gift, this talent inside of me, this passion that I have for photography, and then one day it could feed me, you know. So it's the same, whatever you could be, you know, good at. Like I see a lot of people I follow on YouTube, and I'm like, man, you can make a lot of money with that gift that you have. And people a lot of times respond, oh, it's just the passion of mine, a hobby. A hobby could make you an empire, and it's nothing wrong. And you could say, oh, but I don't have money to invest in my talent and my gift. Most of the time, you don't need money to invest in your gifts. Most of the time. Most of the successful people who are successful nowadays, they never invested. There's other ways that you could do it for free, that you can educate yourself. There is tons of books, and you can go to the library, you can, for free, you can go on YouTube. I taught myself basic photography. My husband got me a book on photography. I didn't know much to use it. I went on YouTube, I watched basic photography skills and how to use the camera, lighting, all that stuff, the processing, the editing, the software, everything that goes in, everything that goes, every detail. I'm still learning. I still try to get better and better every year, you know, because you can't just say, oh, now I got it, just because now you start charging professionally. You learn a new thing every single day. So you don't need money, you just need willingness and passion. Willingness to cultivate your passion, your talent, your gift. And trust God to provide with the rest. No one becomes successful overnight. You have to keep that in mind as well. So how do you make money using your talents? I'm gonna give you 5 tips. Find out what you're good at. Cultivate it, feed it. pray to God for resources and contacts. Contacts are very important. Number 4, practice it even for free. For 1 year, I did free photography. I wanted to build my portfolio, so I just did free photography to anyone that was willing to let me take their pictures, you know, basically. And 5, watch the income show up. Another tip that I wanted to give you guys, sometimes just because you think you have a talent in something, when you actually start doing it, you will like, because you were like, oh yeah, I'm good at this, I could make money. Like, if your mentality is that you're getting into it just so you can make money, let me tell you something, you could be disappointed, and also you could ruin someone's day, you know, and someone might not be happy, and then you could end up with I don't know, someone could sue you or something. So you have to make sure that you know what you're doing, okay, before you start charging. I could take photography, for example. I've been doing it for 6 years, going on 7, and my packages include family, portraits, family, newborn, and portraits. Now, I have removed newborn alone simply because newborn photography, it is so hard. You might think, oh, the baby just sleeps. If you're lucky that the baby just sleeps. Sometimes there's parents who want pictures of babies older than 14 days, because the perfect age to photograph a newborn is 0 to 14 days, because that's the time when they sleep all day, they don't move much. But I'm telling you, even that, there's babies who move, poop, and every time I did it, yes, I charge more for newborns. Everybody does, because it's a lot of hours that go in. Usually it's not 1 hour, it's 2 to 3 to 4 hours, because it takes time. You have to be very delicate. A newborn baby and the poses that you see are, there's so much that goes behind the scenes. It's not just you just take the picture and the newborn baby poses there for you, this is the way. No, there's a lot that goes into it, and then not to mention the processing, the editing hours, and whatever. But anyway, it's a very lucrative way to make money, in the sense that newborn photography, everyone wants to take pictures of their newborn. But I'm telling you, if you're not, like, you could have a passion for photography, but are you good with newborns? Let's just say, for example, for me, I took it out last year, and I said I do newborn, but with the family. Like, I don't do individually. Like, I don't do newborns anymore where I wrap the baby and pose the baby like this. It's not what I'm trained for, because I believe you're supposed to be trained for that. Because you can't just give the newborn to anyone, you know, especially someone who never had kids, you know, just because they could take good pictures. But could you wrap a baby? Could you pose a baby safely? Because this poses that all the time, you have to keep in mind the safety of the newborn, not just click a good picture, edit it good. Anyone can do that. But could you actually wrap the baby? Could you wrap it safely? Could you put the baby in the basket safely? Pose safely? Just basically posing, posing the baby safely. So for me, every time I did it, I was so nervous. I was sweat. I was just like, oh my god, it's someone else's baby in my hand. The pictures would turn out beautiful and everything. I'm gonna show some pictures here, but I was always so scared, and I was like, oh god, I love babies and everything, but this is stressing me out. Like, to the point where I was so tense, and I was like, oh, I'm not enjoying this. Like, I'm so scared something's gonna happen. And I know that you're supposed to go to workshops and get a license to pose newborns. And I know a lot of photographers don't go, they just charge. The minimum charging for a newborn photo shoot is $400, at least in New York, minimum. And you're not charging just for that moment, you're charging for the hours that you have to edit and everything that goes into it. So that's just another video for another time. But I'm just saying, just because you have a talent and passion for something doesn't mean that you actually could do everything that comes with that passion, with that gift, with that talent of yours, because it could actually backfire you. So you have to be careful. So I stopped, and now I do newborn family photography. Like, I do family photography, and let's say a mother gave birth and she wants newborn pictures. I just say, I am going to take your pictures, the family will be included, but it's going to be a family photography including the newborn, but you're going to be holding your baby, not me. I'm not going to wrap your baby. I'm not going to take none of those pictures. If you're interested, here's my packages. But if you're not, here's some photographers that I recommend in my area or in my town, city, whatever, that are good at that, and they could do it without any hesitation. Because you have to think about the safety of the newborn, not just because of the money. The money is actually really good, and you could be tempted, so tempted, and it's understandable. But that money could backfire you. You know, if something happens to that newborn, the parents could sue you. That money is not going to cover nothing, you know, when they come after you because you just did not know how to wrap the baby, or you wrapped it too tight, or this and that, or the baby fell. So you could get in trouble, you know. So your talent could actually backfire you and eat you. So we have to keep that in mind. You have to be very, very careful. So I hope that this video encourages you and encourages you to look deep inside of what you're good at, with your hands, with, you know, what you're good at, what's your talent, what's your gift, what's your passion, or even a hobby you can turn it into and make money. And what is that you're good at, you know, in what area, even if you have a job already, but you're good at something, you know, like you could be a security guy at daytime at Walmart, but at nighttime but you're good at painting, or you're good at fixing cars, or you're good at editing videos or photography, whatever it is. Cultivate it, feed it, educate yourself. There's nothing wrong with it, you know, because you never know. Someone might want to buy your product, someone might want to buy your talent, someone might want to buy the things that you're good at, you know. Someone might want to buy your cakes, your someone will pay a lot of money for your gifts and talents. So feed them. Don't take them to your grave without ever accessing them, because that is the saddest death ever. That is the saddest life to live. Okay, don't live just to survive. Live with a purpose and accomplishing everything that you're called to accomplish, you know. And use your gifts and talents to honor God as well, you know, because He puts them in there for a purpose, not just so you use them to make money and a living, but also to honor Him, you know. And so if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you would give it a like, and also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell button. This way you're notified every time I upload. I'm going to be doing a new series, and this coming, this month is here already, March. Yay, spring is here. So I'm going to do a series on the Beatitudes. Is it called Beatitudes? And I can't wait, because I have so much to share with you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed the video that I did on my 365 days look. If you did, if you haven't watched it already, I will be linking it below. Go ahead and watch it again. And also the video to my testimony, which surpassed 4,000 views already. So, and also I'm going to try to go live more often now. Okay? Alright, be blessed. Bye.